Hello friends, so today I'm going to cook vegetable dum biryani. I think there are many versions of biryani that is available in India, but the one that we're going to specifically cook today is vegetable biryani in dum style. Yeah, you can also cook chicken dum biryani or mutton dum biryani, or even some people they like fish dum biryani, but the process probably remains the same irrespective of whether we're using vegetables or whether we're using mutton or chicken in this. And I think this is a very famous Indian dish, very commonly available in every parts of India. And I think not only in India, beyond India, I think most of the other countries are also cooking biryanis at their home these days. Now, this is a very time-taking dish, and it's going to take almost close to 2 hours. I'm going to cut short my videos and will try to make the videos as small as possible so that we can capture all the informations, and I don't want this video to be lengthy at the same time. And at the end, when I finish up cooking the dum biryani, I'm going to put some egg. So egg is something optional, but this dish is basically vegetable dum biryani. And at the end, I'm going to put some egg because I'm a vegetarian. I love egg very much. So if you are not comfortable with egg, then you can just keep that part as an optional at the end. And also this dish apart from vegetable biryani will also cover two of the side dish that we use in India. That is basically the salan, which we also call as shorba. I think shorba is something I like very much, and the other one is the raita, which we call it as buttermilk stew. So we are also going to see that how we make shorba as well as raita for this dish. And the reason for showing the shorba recipe is that because shorba is something that I do not treat as a side dish, but I use shorba to also use it as a curry while making the dum biryani. So we will have a look on that. So I have divided this recipe into 4 parts. So in the first part we are going to see how we are going to make the salan or shorba, basically the gravy that we use as a side dish for vegetable biryani. So I've taken a pan over there and I've heated it. The first component that I'm going to use is the groundnuts. So I'm just going to dry roast the groundnuts for about 1 minute. I'm cooking this in a very low flame, and after 1 minute I'm going to put one big spoon of coconut powder. Now this is a deserted coconut powder that is available in the market. If you have the fresh coconut available right away, you can even use that, but I'm using the deserted coconut that we get in the local market. And we're going to cook it for another 1 minute, and after that I'm going to transfer it to a grinding jar. I've cooked it for another 1 minute and I'm going to now transfer it to a grinding jar. Now I have taken the same pan and I've put little bit of oil. I have used soybean oil. You can use any kind of refined oil or olive oil or sunflower oil. And I'm going to put 2 flakes of dry red chilies. And then I'm going to put onions. So I've taken a medium size onion over here. And I'm going to stir it. We'll stir it for another 2 minutes. I'm going to put some salt, table salt as per the taste. We'll mix it further. Now I'm cooking this on a high flame. So after 2 minutes I'm going to put one tomato crushed. And I'm going to cook it for another 2 minutes. And after that I'm going to transfer it to the grinding jar, where already I have put my I think the groundnuts and the coconut powder. In the same jar I'm going to transfer this. Now I have transferred my onion and tomatoes which were roasted in oil in a grinder, and it also has the groundnuts and the coconut powder. Now I'm going to grind it for 2 minutes and I'm going to make a paste out of it. So after grinding for 2 minutes, you can see our paste is ready. In the meanwhile, I have returned the same pan. I have taken a little bit of more of soybean oil. And now I am going to put a little bit of cumin seeds. And I am going to put a little bit of fenugreek seeds. And I am going to add a little bit of curry leaves. I'm going to add a little bit of turmeric powder, and I'm going to add a little bit of dry red chili powder. Basically I'm using Kashmiri dry red chili powder over here, but you can use any kind of red chilies over here. And now I'm going to put my paste. So the paste that I've grinded, I'm going to add this to the oil. So I've added the paste, I'm going to mix it, and I'm going to add a little bit of water, and I'm going to boil it for another 5 minutes. So we will boil it up for another 5 minutes in medium flame. Now I have boiled it for another 5 minutes, and I have taken just half a lemon juice from half size of the lemon, and I'm just going to put it, and I'll mix it, and then I'll allow it to cool down. I have mixed it well. Now I'm going to switch off my gas flame, and I'm going to transfer this to a bowl. So my salan, which is or which we also call it as shorba, a very famous dish that is used with dum biryani or any sort of biryani, is ready. We will allow it to cool for another 5 to 10 minutes, and I'm just going to put some green chilies, fresh green chilies over it, just to garnish it up. So our salan is ready now. Now we are moving to the phase 2. Now in phase 2 is the most important phase, and I'm a little worried about this phase because this is the most critical phase. I'm going to prepare all the ingredients and all the side dishes that I need to cook my vegetable dum biryani. So what I have done is I have taken a pan over here, and I have taken water. So I'll allow the water to heat, and in the meanwhile I have taken basmati rice. So you can use any kind of rice, but I think basmati rice has a flavor which gives very good flavors from the biryani that we make. Apart from that, if you don't have basmati rice, you can use any kind of flavored rice that is available in your geographies or in your countries. And I have already soaked this basmati rice in water for around 1 hour. So I think basmati rice, usually it takes 15 minutes to cook if we are boiling it. But I think because I have soaked it, it will take hardly 10 minutes. And moreover, we are not going to cook the rice fully. I'm going to cook the rice only 75% cooked. So rice should be cooked 75%. So in phase 2, whatever dish that we are going to prepare, we are not going to fully cook it. Either we're going to cook it half, or maybe we're going to semi-cook it. So if you ask me about this rice, so I'm going to cook it up to 75%. So I'm going to add this rice to the container. And I think within next 5 to 7 minutes, it should be ready. In the rice, further I'm going to add cumin seeds. I'll add 1 bay leaf. I will add 2 smashed cardamom, 2 cinnamon, and 4 to 5 black cloves, and we will allow it to boil. In the meantime, I have taken another pan where I have taken soybean oil again. You can take any kind of refined oil or maybe the olive oil. And I have taken 2 fresh cut onions, which I'm going to fry it. We are going to fry it till the onions are golden yellow. And I'm going to add here a little bit of salt as per the taste. In the same way, in the rice, I'm going to put little bit of salt as per the taste, because later on we cannot adjust the salt. So we have to adjust the salt right away. I'm cooking this in medium flame. Now for vegetable biryani, these are the vegetables that I have taken. So I have taken a little bit of cauliflowers, potatoes, around 3 potatoes, a little bit of French beans, carrot, capsicum, and a little bit of peas. I have already taken a pan, and I have taken soybean oil in this, and I'm going to put all my vegetables and I'm going to fry it. And this vegetable we are going to cook, we are going to half cook it. So we are going to cook it only till 50%. So once the vegetables are 50% cooked, we are going to transfer this to our bowl. So right now I have to be careful because I'm cooking 3 things together. So I'm cooking the vegetables over here for the vegetable biryani. I am frying the onions over here, and also my biryani rice is getting ready. I'm going to add salt, table salt as per the taste. I'll quickly stir it and I'll cover it to make the process faster. Meanwhile, I've taken a grinding jar and I'm going to add some tomatoes to it. So I've added 2 tomatoes. I'm adding ginger. I'm adding 5 cloves of garlic. And I'm going to grind it and make a paste out of it. Also, I've taken almost here 250 grams of yogurt or curd. So the yogurt or the curd that you're going to take should not be flavored one. It either should be the plain curd or the yogurt, or it can be the salted ones, but do not take any flavored yogurt over here. And I'm just going to grind it for another 30 seconds. Looks like my vegetable is half cooked now, so I'm going to put little bit of biryani masala. Now biryani masala is something that is readily available in Indian market. So I'm going to put biryani masala and I'm going to fry it, and I'll put my flame to low. So I'm going to cook it in the low gas flame. Then I will add the tomato and I think ginger garlic, the paste that I made out of it. So I'm going to add it, and also I'm going to add the yogurt. So the yogurt which I smashed, I'm going to use half of it, and remaining half I'm going to retain it for making raita. So raita is also our side dish which we make, which we use with the vegetable biryani. So I'm going to tell you how we are going to make the raita or the buttermilk stew out of this. And we are going to mix all of this well, and we should mix it till the time the water is evaporated and we just have the vegetables in this. In the meanwhile, my onions are already golden yellow, so I'm going to switch off the flame and going to transfer it to a bowl. Also, in the meanwhile, my rice is ready. It's 75% cooked. I'm going to switch off the gas. I'm going to transfer it to a bowl. In the meanwhile, my vegetable is also cooked and all the water has been evaporated. So I'm going to switch off the flame. I'm going to transfer this to a bowl. Apart from this, I have taken a little bit of coriander leaves. I have taken a little bit of mint leaves. Also, I have taken a little bit of ghee. Now, ghee is oil which is made from basically cow milk. So this is the brand that I'm using. But if you don't have ghee readily available in your country, you can also, what you can do is you can take butter and you can melt down the butter. So if you don't have ghee, you can melt down the butter and you can use that as well. Now for coloring, I've taken a little bit of turmeric powder and a little bit of Kashmiri red chili powder. I'm just going to add a little bit of water and I'm just going to mix it. So this I'm going to use as a coloring agent for the biryani. Now we will be moving to the phase 3, so where we are actually going to make the dum biryani setup, and then we are going to cook the biryani in the dum style. So I have taken the same container. I have not cleaned it, so I have taken the same container because I am going to retain this container for making dum biryani. I have taken the coloring agent that I just made now. I have taken the vegetables that I cooked using yogurt and biryani masala. I have taken the ghee, that is the oil that comes from cow milk, or you can also take butter instead of that. I have taken mint leaves, I have taken coriander leaves, I have taken fried onions which were turned to golden yellows. I have taken basmati rice which were cooked using certain elements like cardamom, cinnamon and bay leaves, using cumin seeds. And I have also taken the salan, or what we call it as shorba, because I'm going to add little bit of shorba for making dum biryani. And finally I have taken little bit of wheat dough. Now please don't be surprised, I'm not going to make here parathas, bread or chapati. So I need this to seal this container to make dum biryani. So this wheat is going to be used as a sealing agent, And please ensure that you do not add a lot of water, because what happened when I cooked it for the first time, I added a lot of water and the seal became so hard that I had to break it with the help of a hammer, plus and hammer. So try to make it a little harder. If you make it a little softer, then it's going to be very difficult to remove the seal once your dum biryani is cooked. So now I'm going to assemble the dum biryani. So at first I'm going to take little bit of vegetables and I'm going to put it in the container. And I'm going to flatten it. If you're going to cook chicken biryani or mutton biryani or fish biryani, in spite of vegetable, you can add your chicken and mutton, except apart from the egg. I'm also going to use egg over here, but egg, if you're going to make egg biryani, the egg should be always placed at the top. So I'm not going to place my eggs over here at the time, for the time being the boiled eggs that I've cooked. Next, I'm going to put the basmati rice. We need to do this process little slowly. I have not put all the basmati rice, I have put little bit of them. Now I'm going to put little bit of ghee over here. I'll be putting little bit of ghee. Then I'm going to put little bit of mint leaves. I'm going to put the coriander leaves. I'm going to put little bit of the dry red onions. And then I'm going to put the salan or the shorba that I had made, little bit. Upon doing that, I'm going to flatten my rice. And then I'm going to add little bit of the coloring solutions that I had made. The coloring agent that I had made, I'm going to use it. So this is, in a way, the first layer is created. Similarly, again I will add the vegetables and I'm going to make another layer. Vegetables. Then I'm going to add the rice once again. This is the second layer that I'm making. Then I'm going to put little bit of ghee. The mint leaves. The coriander leaves. The fried onions. Then the shorba or the salan that I had made. Shorba salan is something optional, you may not add it, but I add it because it gives good color as well as good taste. And then I'm going to flat it again. I'll flat the rice. And then I'm going to use the coloring agent. So in a way, the rice that I have, I'm going to make 4 layers of it. I think I can make up to 4 layers. And in big restaurants, they make up to 10 to 15 layers. So more you have the layers, the more your veg biryani is very tasty. Yeah. So to make it tastier, you have to add more layers to it. So I'm going to add 4 layers to it. So let me do that. Fine. So finally, I've made all the layers and I'm going to put my eggs on the top. You should always put the boiled eggs on the top. And now using this wheat, I'm going to start sealing them. So for sealing them, I'm going to put a layer at the corners of my container. Now I have put the wheat dough everywhere on the complete corners of the container. Now I'm going to put the lid. I'll press it and I'll rotate it twice or thrice. And then what I'll do is I'll start sealing them from the top. So I'm going to start sealing them from the top and I'll cover it. So ensure that we have a tight seal. Now I have placed the container on my stove. So I'm going to cook it in a medium flame for 10 minutes. And after that we're going to cook it in low flame for 20 minutes. So altogether we have to cook this for around 30 minutes. So first 10 minutes would be on medium flame. Now I'm going to make raita in the meantime. So we are at the end of phase 4. So we have already started cooking the biryani and I've added a little bit of salt as per the taste. So the remaining yogurt which I had smashed, so in that I've added a little bit of table salt as per the taste. I'm going to add a little bit of green chilies. And I'm going to add a little bit of crushed onions, a little bit of coriander leaves, and we are going to mix them well. Now many people, they consume the raita or the buttermilk stew in this way, and many people would like to give a tadka to it. So if you want to give a tadka, I'll let you know how to give a tadka to this. I have taken one container that is used for tadka, and I have taken a little bit of oil over there. I'm adding two dry red chilies. I'm adding a little bit of cumin seeds, little bit. I'm adding little bit of fenugreek seeds. I'm adding little bit of mustard seeds, and finally I'll add little bit of, that is I think fennel seeds. After that I'm going to heat this up in the flame. I'm going to slightly heat this up in the flame. So I've already heated all of those items, and I'm going to transfer this slowly to the bowl. Be careful while adding this. And we are going to mix it well. So your raita is ready. So in the meanwhile, I'm going to transfer it to the plate that I'm going to have food for this. So my two side dishes, that is the salan or the shorba, is ready, and the raita, the buttermilk stew is ready. Now we are just waiting for the biryani to get ready. It has been around 10 minutes, and I'm going to make the flame to low. We'll cook it now in a low flame for another 20 minutes. And what I'm going to do is, you can keep it in this way, otherwise you can insert a tawa. So the tawa that we use in typically in India for making chapatis, we can insert one tawa in between the container in which the biryani has been cooked and the flame. So I have taken the tawa, and tawa is basically an Indian pan which is very thick in size. So I'm going to put the tawa on this low flame, and I'm going to shift my dum biryani container back on top of this. So you can see that I have placed the dum biryani upon the tawa, and we will allow it to cook for another 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, I've switched off the flame, and we will wait for another 20 minutes to cool down. This is a dish which needs a lot of patience, so you have to wait for 20 minutes to cool down, and after that we can serve it. I have to open the seal, and after that you have to stir it a little bit, and then we will serve it. Now I have opened the container, and the biryani looks very delicious. So I'm going to mix it. So always remember, so what I've seen, what most of the people do a common mistake after making the dum biryani, they immediately mix up everything. So you don't have to mix up. So I'm going to mix up, maybe I'm going to stir it only maybe 3 to 4 times. So this is the first time, this is the second time. So I've mixed it for the 5th time. So now the biryani is ready. And this is how we actually love to have biryani. So if you can see, we have certain component of white rice, we have brown rice, we have yellow rice. There's a combination of everything, and also they are segregated. So this is how we love to have biryani. So right now I'm going to transfer this to a plate, and let's see how it looks. So now I have transferred this to a plate, and this looks very delicious. I'm very eager to eat it because it's very tasty food. And till the time you keep watching this video, if you have any kind of suggestions, keep letting me know. Till the time, take care, good night, have a nice day, and if you have any suggestions, you can always let me know. Thank you.